Hey guys, it's Warlord EXE, back for my day 12 entry to Warbosstae's July painting challenge. Um, so I've gotten more work done on my Demon Prince. As you can see, he's now based. Uh, I just got done not too long ago going back over the wings from where all the paint had worn off from me handling it before when it wasn't on its base. So those are base coated. Uh, the sword, I ended up going for kind of more of a greenish glow, almost reminiscent to like Warpstone from Warhammer Fantasy and the Skaven. Um, yeah, so basically all I got left to do on him now is just to do that bluish purple metallic look, the oyster look on his inside of his wings. Highlight the flesh. Um, what I'm probably gonna do is to have more control over it, use Ard Coat to gloss varnish just the inside of these wings, so then I can use a black oil wash to fill in all these little cracks and not get any on the skin. That'll help keep the backside a dark color, but also shade the recesses so there's a bit more um, contrast. And hopefully that should come out looking pretty good. And once that's finished, my next vow I'm planning on doing for the ETL II Alpha Bolter and Chainsword is a squad of 10, maybe 11 if I can find the extra guy, Chaos Space Marines with 2 plasma guns and a champion with a power fist and plasma pistol. Unfortunately right now Bolter and Chainsword is down. I'm hoping that's because just so many people have been uploading pictures and whatnot for the painting challenge that maybe they just had like a data overload or something. I'm not sure that's the correct technical term. My fear is that possibly maybe there might have been something bigger, like along the lines of, as I mentioned before and way back, for the ETL II, when you make a vow, you vow one or more units out of your respective codex in a legal entry format. So like I couldn't just vow a single Chaos Space Marine. I'd have to do at least a squad of 5 up to whatever their max number is. And I would have to represent, obviously the champion because the champion's mandatory in that squad. And I can further boost my points by purchasing upgrades that can be modeled like a plasma gun or a melta-gun, but things like Veterans of the Long War, while they can legally be purchased, I can't actually represent that on the model. So what I'm afraid of is possibly because all the people, have been making their vows saying, oh, I am vowing, a squad of 10 Space Marines for 200 points, or I know that's not even close to being right, but stuff like that, that maybe GW caught wind of it and was like, oh, people are posting points for individual squads. Not cool. Delete. Or whatever it is they can legally do. Hopefully that's not the case, and, I'm not trying to go out and attack GW or anything. It's just kind of a rules as written, following their own policies they have in place if that really is what happened, and I'm kind of doubting it did, but, it's always a possibility. Question of the day. Who do I think the coolest independent character is? Uh, Now, I might be overstretching this a little bit, but I would have to say Sigismund from the Imperial Fist. Now, obviously, he's not a playable independent character yet, but once Imperial Fists get their due and they get their Horus Heresy entries and whatnot from Forge World, I couldn't imagine them not doing Sigismund. And so, um, obviously, once he comes out, I'm definitely going to be looking into probably purchasing him if he does come out. I don't know why he wouldn't. And depending on whether or not Wordbearer stuff comes out first, that could be my very first Forge World purchases. There's always been stuff I wanted from there but never have gotten. But if we rule out, possible potential future independent characters, I'd have to then go with Asdrubal Vect. Just because the fact that, his history is he used to be in the gladiator. He used to be a slave in the gladiatorial pits, and that he just kind of rose from there. So despite the fact that he's become known as like this very tyrannical political monster that since people all have to do his dirty work. At the end of the day, he's probably still one of the greatest Dark Eldar fighters out there. Which, I mean, if you look at his stat profile in the Dark Eldar book, and that's pretty obvious. So I would just think it'd be cool to see this figure that you always envision just sitting on his throne, looking all evil and telling people to go do stuff for him, to, you know, come down and really fight and show that, hey, he's more than just a politician and a tyrant, that he's really, you know, this amazing warrior. I think that'd be really cool to see. So leave any comments or suggestions, and hopefully I'll see you in my next entry.